This is Tyrone West. I'm going to humanize him.
Yes.
What
Yes.
they did to him, they dehumanized my child. Tyrone was a wonderful son. He was loved. He was giving. He took care of his family. On July 18, 2013, the Baltimore City police officer, 12 to 15, and a Morgan State officer brutally beat my child to death. He was stomped, he was kicked, he was maced, he was tased. They did everything to dehumanize my child. None of the officers was charged.
Take your time, sister.
You got this. You got this, Diane.
The state's attorney looked my family in the face, the former state's attorney, Greg Bernstein, and said to me, my child died of a heart attack. My boy was healthy. My boy was the healthiest one in my family. Lie number one, they told. Those officers are still on the streets. No one was ever charged or accountable for Tyrone's death. Tyrone was beaten so bad. Eyewitness account. They told me when we went to try to find what was going on, what happened to my child that day. No one ever called my family. Not the police commissioner. No one ever came to my family and said, we're sorry this happened. We had to chase down the police commissioner, the mayor. We had to chase them down to find out what happened to my boy. They never looked me in my face and told me what happened to Tyrone. We had to go by eyewitness account. We went to Good Sam where they said they took him. He was not there. Security said they were glad we were not able to see Tyrone like that. We would have never been any good, if we had saw my son the way they beat him to death. Police commissioner wants me to believe 12 to 15 officers beat him so bad. Even when he was dead, they continued to beat my boy. All he was screaming for them to stop. They did not stop until he was no longer moving, no longer breathing, and no longer screaming. My child was thrown in the dirt with face down. Face down. When a Morgan State officer drove up, big guy, had to be 300 pounds, and sat on my dying child's back. All I know is what's in my heart. All I know is what Tyrone is telling me, and he's saying, fight, you get the truth. Don't stop until you get the truth. Because the truth is there. Don't stop fighting for me. Don't let them sweep me under the rug. You know me. You know me. All I asked, my family asked, all we ever wanted was accountability, transparency. That's all we wanted. But instead, we were given lies, fed lies. But we know that this struggle is not over. And I pray for all the victims of police brutality. My God, I would never want to wish this on anybody. This type of pain, it won't go away. It's like a hole in my heart that will never close, never. And all I know is I hear my son screaming for them to stop the beating.
And just to back up, my aunt was like a mom to me. And since they didn't stop, no one would stop brutally murdering Tyrone West, my dear big brother. So we're not going to stop fighting for justice. It's just that simple.
That's right.
We've been fighting for 703 days and counting. We count down every day. And we're not only fighting for Tyrone West, we're fighting for all the victims of police brutality. Because we know that this is not isolated incidents, that these are systemic things that's happening all over the world. And to see what happened in Charleston, South Carolina, was even more disgusting than things that I have seen in the past. And in my mind, I'm starting to believe that things like that happen to brush you over from the Freddie Gray incident to more horrible stuff. And at the end of the day, it's still our people being brutally slaughtered, brutally murdered. And nobody's being held accountable. took him out. But yet they choked down Eric Gardner. Nobody put a bulletproof vest on him or on my brother. And then the saddest part, 17 days prior to Tyrone West being brutally murdered, Abdul Salam, the same unit, same police, the same two officers that initiated the beating and the murder of my brother almost killed this man 17 days before. And had we not been out here fighting for justice, we wouldn't even never met Abdul Salam. And the same exact unit brutally murdered Anthony Anderson a year before my brother's death. Killed this man in front of his family, in front of his mother on his granddaughter's birthday. So I'm here to stay, and we're not going nowhere. And Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, even though it doesn't matter to nobody but us. It seems to be that way. It's just like it's just us. But until we change this corrupt system, it's going to keep on happening. It's going to keep. We just need to pull together and fight that one ugly cause, and that's this system. It's going to keep on doing it. It's going to keep happening over and over and over again. And it happens by, we might be fighting for police brutality, but think about the people that's homeless, that's sleeping downtown in Baltimore on the park bench. Think about the people that can't pay their water, that don't have water now. Think about them, and all this stuff is tied and intertwined together. Let's not get it twisted. So I say to all of us, let's pull together and fight this ugly system by all means necessary. Thank you. Black Lives Matter, Girls Lives Matter, everybody matter. Thank you.
Thank you, family. I couldn't have said it better. I mean, our struggles are interconnected. White supremacy is alive and well. Charleston is Baltimore, is McKinney, is Ferguson, is New York City. All of those things are interconnected. We're calling into question systems of power, systems of dominance, the capitalist system, a white supremacist system. And so here, joining us next, we have Jacqueline and Samantha from Power Inside, and they're going to share about the work that they do in empowering Black women, empowering poor women, empowering incarcerated women. So we're really excited and grateful to have y'all with us today.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jackie from Power Inside, and I am so honored to be here to say that Black women and girls matter, and their human rights matter. So Power Inside is a grassroots program that is privileged to work by and with Black women in the Baltimore City Detention Center, on the streets of Baltimore, and in the communities where they live and struggle just to have basic human rights. So we're here because just a half a mile down the road, there are hundreds of women in the Baltimore City Detention Center, a facility that over and over again has killed and tortured the lives of women. Women have miscarried in detox from heroin and other opiates. Women have been sexually violated and raped. Women on the streets are targeted again and again just by their visibility and vulnerability. And we need that to stop. And for my white ally friends in this audience, we need to go out wherever we go and fight for racial justice. What happened on behalf of our people is part of what's happening with white supremacy. White supremacy is our problem, and we need to fix it. And so we need to stay committed and vigilant, not just at the rallies, but in our workplaces, in our homes, at the Thanksgiving table, wherever we are, to fight for racial justice.
Hello everybody, my name is Samantha Price, and how y'all doing today? Well, I speak for the women from MCIW in Jessup, and I want to tell y'all just a little brief things of what's going on down there. Well, I did 12 years at MCIW, and my whole incarceration, I did maybe 8 of it on segregation. The segregation wing is a wing for people with behavior problems, as they say. But while on the segregation wing, I witnessed a lot of things that were happening to the women. They were being brutalized. They would call 6 to 12 officers in the room, people that they call the ERT team, come in with helmets and shields. Now, who need a helmet and shield for a woman in a cell by herself with nothing but a pillar and a steel bunk? They come in and they would brutally beat these women. They would mace these women. You know what I mean? And then 2 hours later, they would take them to the infirmary. After they done broke their fingers or broke their arm or mashed their head, but they gotta have 12 and 15 stitches in their head. I speak for the women, not just at MCIW, but that's for the women all around the world that are being brutalized by the police. And that's my story. Thanks for allowing me to share.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you. Can we give another round of applause and just a hand raise, a fist pump for all those who shared so far? We really thank you. We don't take you sharing your stories and your truths and your families lightly. We really hold those in our hearts and in our minds, and I hope that we can carry those stories and those thoughts and those real lives with us as we keep marching, or when we go on to march. I just wanted to do a PSA. We have some snacks, so feel free to take some snacks with you. Make sure you have the energy that you need, because we're going to be marching after this. I just wanted to open up the space in case a couple people, we have more stops along the way, but I don't know if anyone has to go now, but I just want to open up the space for 1 or 2 people if you want to share something today. Brittany?
Brittany, come on with it.
I'm sorry.
Hello, my name is Brittany.
Hello, Brittany.
I'm here to support and to connect for the LGBT group and trans women all around the world.
Yeah.
I'm here to share my testimony and my story because a lot of y'all might not know, but I was a victim of police brutality. I witnessed and watched my best friend Maya Hall get murdered by the police, and I was shot up too. When I think about it, it makes me upset because even though we may have been at the wrong place at the wrong time, we was not a threat. We had no guns, we had no drugs, and they had no reason to shoot us up like that. And every day I go on, it makes me sad because no one is out here stopping it. No one is out here trying to make things better. They're just standing aside and they're just watching everyone die. And no one cares until it's their son or daughter who's dead. So I just wanted to share my story, and hopefully anyone else who went through what I went through or is going through it can help by what I said, and that's it.
Thank you, Brittany. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your story. I hope that everyone is getting fruit or granola bars or water. And if there's anything else people would need, just let us know and we can bring you something. So I felt like we should start with a few chants. We can start practicing them. This first one, I am going to say the name of a black woman or girl victim, and after I say their name, you all will scream, say her name. So it'll go something like Rakia Boyd, say her name. Natasha McKenna, say her name. Maya Hall, say her name. Venus Green, say her name. Star Brown, say her name. Rakia Boyd, say her name. Natasha McKenna, say her name. Maya Hall, say her name. Venus Green, say her name. Star Brown, say her name. Woo! Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna head to our next stop, which will be the Billie Holiday Monument. So everyone, gather up your signs and your snacks, and let's head on down.
Which way you? The banner in front.
Banner in front. We are going to walk. Which direction are we going? Are we going this way?
Billie Holiday.
I think